Good evening, good afternoon, I should say. I'm starting a lot earlier than I usually do. Good evening, good afternoon. Today, I want to continue working through my Lego Jurassic backlog because I have four more dinosaur big figures that I need to get out and available for my big bag of dinosaurs. So, we'll be doing at least two of those dinosaurs today. It's possible, depending on what time we finish, I may decide to just do an all-day marathon and do all of them. But we're doing at least two of the four today. So let me go over the camera. I'll show you what I got. These have been sitting in my build queue since last summer. So they've been sitting in my build queue for a whole year. And now that I'm actually needing the dinosaurs, it's time to finally get these open and built. So I have the Stegosaurus set and the Allosaurus set in front of me, and I have one other big set we can do at the end if I decide to make an all-day marathon. If not, I'll stream that one tomorrow afternoon. And it depends on how I feel when we finish these two. But this is what we're going to do today for sure. We have the we're going to start with the Stegosaurus set, and then we'll do the Allosaurus set after, and then we'll see how I feel before deciding if we're going to do the big one. So I'm going to set this aside, and let's go ahead and get right into it, because if we are going to have a chance at doing the big one, then we got to get these first two built. So here's the Stegosaurus set. It looks like it comes with a lab cart, a van, a research van, and the Stegosaurus itself, and two people. Like I said on the baby dinosaur stream a few days ago, I don't know who any of the people are. I haven't seen anything from the Jurassic World era of the franchise, so I don't know who the people are. But I'm here for the dinosaurs. And there's still some pretty cool builds that we'll be doing as we collect the dinosaurs into 2027 and beyond. So there's the front of the box. And then here's the back of the box. And it looks like we get a baby velociraptor too. I forgot about that, guys. So we're actually getting 3 or 5 dinosaurs today. But I don't think the baby velociraptor really counts, because it's just a little accessory piece. Let's get right into opening the box here. And if I remember correctly, okay, it just says book 1 and book 2, so it just says book 1 and book 2, so yeah, so give me a moment. Yeah, so I'm trying to get myself a little organized here. Alright. So we do have a sticker sheet. 8 stickers. So given the piece count, it's a relatively high sticker per part ratio on this set. But that's okay. We've been dodging stickers so long, we got off lucky. I knew that they'd be back with a vengeance. So we have our sticker sheet ready to go. We have 2 instruction books. This paper packet means there's a dinosaur inside. I'll set that aside until the instructions call for it. And then for numbered bags, we have 4, 1, 3. So we have 4 numbered bags here, and the dinosaur bag. And there is a separator in there. It's a turquoise one this time. So that's pretty cool to get the rare one. Or I should say the less common one. It's not particularly rare, is it, when we're getting them in most of the builds I do. And we'll pull up our instructions. And we will get right into here. So it says, yeah, there's the brick separator. And it says we want the big piece out of the paper packet. So we're getting our first big dinosaur today, right in the first bag of assembly for the stream. That's pretty cool. Sometimes you have to wait till bag 2 for the dinosaur big thing. I know I didn't show you the dinosaur part. I'm going to wait till his legs are on and he's fully assembled, and then we can show you the dinosaur. I think you'll appreciate the complete dinosaur a little more than just a legless body there. Okay, everything's out of the bags. So this is going to be a character named Ben. Again, I don't know anything about any of these characters, but... And the dinosaurs may be big, but I'll try and let them stay out and watch. We're only going to have 2 for sure, so... I think I know how I'll do it. So here's Ben. And now he gets this little carrot on a tool for working with the Stegosaurus. So let's find my carrot here. Now I need to find the rest of the pieces for this little tool. There's one. And then there's one more. And then he gets to hold this and feed the Stegosaurus. So there's his dino feeding tool. And Ben is ready to go. And here it just shows us putting the legs in. Put that one. I think there's a subtle difference in the legs. It shows the okay, let me it shows the bigger one in the back and the slightly smaller one up front, and it's a very subtle difference. Should be one more leg out here. So there's our Stegosaurus. And this is the only Stegosaurus that they've put out so far, unless you count the two baby variants, one of which we saw a few days ago. The other one I don't have yet. The other one was in a Spider-Man set. But there's a very nice dinosaur there. And by nice, I mean the figure looks nice. I don't mean the dinosaur itself was nice. Dinosaurs were, what's the word I'm looking for? Wild. Anyway, I guess it's time to get into the build. It looks like we're building the truck first. So, we've only just started building and already we've got our first of up to 5 dinosaurs today. Most likely we'll cap at 3, but one of the dinosaurs is a baby and doesn't count. Well, it does count. Every dinosaur counts, but I'll be using the babies for my big dinosaur project next year too. So every dinosaur does count. But specifically talking about the big fig dinos, the babies don't really count for that. I forgot to set this thing aside. The brick separator. I'm in the zone right now. That's why I'm not talking. Chat, I'd love to talk to you if you want to talk. But if you don't have anything to talk about, that's cool too, because when I'm not talking, I can focus more on the build and build a little more efficiently. You know, there's actually a fancy name for this spiky bit at the end of the Stegosaurus tail. It's called a thagomizer. It's that's a funny word for sure. I'm not sure where it comes from. So yeah, I'm guessing the first two bags are the truck, and the last two bags are the other stuff. Okay, these go back here. There's the other one. This truck is going together pretty quickly, which is a good thing because we have a lot of build to do today. Whether we do half of the half of the dinosaurs or all of the dinosaurs, it's still a lot, so we'll make that determination after the Allosaurus set. We're still in the Stegosaurus set. Let's use correct pieces. Here's the console area. That's a printed slope there. Let me just see something real quick. Yeah. Not sure why that's on. Let me do a quick audio check here. Let me make sure we're still running correctly. Quick audio check here. Yeah, we are good to continue. So we'll continue. We're almost done with bag one. So yeah, bag two is definitely going to be more of the truck. All right, it's time for bag 2. Bag 2 will be our second character, who is Sammy. And let's set these big tire pieces aside because they're in the way. Now let's find the Sammy's parts. And she gets a camera and a glass. So there's Sammy with her equipment. And we can put her down here with Ben. And then we can continue building this big truck here. These go here. Here's a printed map piece. So this appears to be a little living area in the back of the truck. That just sits up there like this. And we have our first sticker of the day. That's the... It's a message board. Looks like they have some research notes pinned on it. And we have another sticker. Here's some more research notes. And some more stickers. It looks like these are just interior windows closed though. Not windows, because they're not, if they were windows we'd be seeing them from the outside. But these look like empty panels. There's another identical sticker, so I'm not going to show that one. It's the same as this one. There's still 5 stickers on the sheet. Alright, these go back here. Wow, the Stegosaurus is bigger than the truck is. Yeah. All right. Like that. And this, so the top of the front of the truck is filled in. So we got the top of the truck. And this piece will get a sticker. I'm not sure what the sticker represents. It might just be random bumper stickers, depending on what this section actually is of the truck, I mean. Okay, where is the... There it is. It was in the shadow of the truck. Let me see something real quick. Yeah. So we're not exactly matching the picture yet, but it says to attach it now. So we'll attach it now. So this will be the back of the truck. And it'll fold down with the roof. That gives us access into the back area with the slide out work area. And it says you can fold this whole thing down. And there it goes. The truck is now closed up. And it says to prepare 5 of the wheel assemblies. So 4 and a spare. That's what that pin is on the back there. It's for an extra wheel. So here's what the wheel assembly looks like. I need to do 4 more of those. And then I can attach them. Now I gotta attach these. And then the spare one on the back like that. We have a spare wheel. Useful when you're driving a truck through the jungle. You never know when you're going to hit something. And here's a ladder for climbing up to the top of the truck. There's a ladder right there. And then there's a couple crates for supplies that can be positioned here at the top of the truck. That was not supposed to happen. I pressed too hard putting the crate on, but it's an easy fix. Just put those clips back in and the truck is back together. There's some ad pages. It shows the Brachiosaurus set, which I have done in the past. You can find on my channel. The baby Ankylosaurus, the T-Rex skull fossil, and the Allosaurus set, which we will be doing after this one. Moving on to the second instruction book now. I'll first here have a quick look at the truck here. And we're going to open up bag 3. And bag 3 will give us our second dinosaur of the day. And our only baby of the day. But I'll show you when the instructions get to it. And since we're doing new assemblies now, I'm just going to set the truck aside so we can focus on this new content here. And we're still less than an hour into stream, but just barely. I have a feeling we'll finish this set by the hour-and-a-half mark, which is good timing. Especially if we want to do the big one and do the all-day marathon option. I'm leaning towards that because seeing the Stegosaurus, I really want to get the rest of my dinosaur figures out. Alright. There, I need this one. Sorry I'm not talking much. Right now I'm focused on the build. But if you'd like to talk, I'll be happy to oblige. So it looks like we're making a little lab trailer. Piece decided to roll off. Well, I wasn't looking at it. That just tells you, even with your best planning, putting pieces such that they won't go off, they'll still decide to go off randomly when you look away. So we're getting another sticker. And it looks like we're doing a whole lab station, so I'll just show you the sticker in a minute here. Once I, yeah, because it looks like we get a transparent orange piece that represents a bit of amber. So what it looks like this is going to be Okay, so I see what's going on here. What we're building up now is there's this little lab cart, and they're scanning some amber that contains some Stegosaurus DNA. I'll show you in a moment once I finish this little lab section here. Okay, so this is the little DNA station here. There's a microscope looking at amber, and then the screen shows it's Stegosaurus DNA. And that goes on the back of our little lab cart there. And the lab cart needs to get its wheels now. Here's the wheel assembly for the lab cart. I need to make 3 more of those, and then I'll attach them. And something else decided to roll off same piece, decided to roll off when I looked away again. Okay, here's the lab cart. I'll set that aside while we go into this. This next assembly looks like some terrain. Can't have a dinosaur jungle without the actual jungle. Okay, I see what this terrain is doing here. This is pretty cool. And obviously we'll take a look once I finished the terrain. Alright, so this terrain piece is done. It's actually a small nest. You can see a broken eggshell along with a solid egg there. So here's a little bit of terrain representing a nest. And this is also where it tells me to show you our little baby dinosaur. Actually, this is the velociraptor has uh, has two baby variants. Um, this isn't the baby. This is a young velociraptor. The baby's actually similar to this, but a bunch smaller. So there's a young velociraptor who will join our Stegosaurus as our second dinosaur for today. And now we have another piece of terrain. Okay, there's a sticker on either end of this fallen log here. Let me go ahead and get these two stickers placed. So this first circle sticker, there's a creature hiding inside the darkness of the log, eyes shining out. And the second sticker is just the darkness of the log. Like that. Sticker's not perfect, but these were circle stickers. There's still one sticker on the sheet, so I can't ditch it just yet. Interesting. So here's a little campfire build next to the fallen log there. Let's put these two terrain pieces aside. And it looks like bag 4 is going to be the big piece of terrain. All right, let's get right into it. And there's some big tree pieces here. Set those aside. They're getting in the way of the parts pile. All right. So we're in the last bag of the Stegosaurus set. When I finish this, tree assembly, and there's no parts left in this set, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to do the Allosaurus. So it looks like the last sticker is a detail for the tree trunk. It's a heart that says C+O on it. I'm not sure what that's about, since I don't know. I don't know who C and O refer to, since, like I said, I don't know anything about the Jurassic World characters. So I don't know who C and O are. The characters in this set are Ben and Sammy, who are most definitely not a C and O. But that's what the sticker looks like. And there's some orange leaves, which means we are getting into some autumn seasonal foliage here. That's pretty cool. And I see another animal piece in this parts pile that I was not aware was in the set. We'll get to it when the instructions say to do, when the instructions show it. But we do have a bonus non-dinosaur animal sitting in front of me. Yeah, I definitely need a stretching break. It'll probably be a bit of a longer break too, because I really want to run up and get some water. All right, these go up here. Okay. All right. Oh, almost forgot. Actually, I did forget, but I'm remembering now. Empty sticker sheet, which means I can get rid of that. Here's a one-page 2X, and it looks like this is going to be most of the remainder of the parts pile. And it shows us putting a little squirrel in the tree. Don't know how the squirrel's relevant considering it's a dinosaur set, but there's a cute little squirrel, not dinosaur, that's going to go into this tree. And this shows us that we are done building the Stegosaurus set. We have Ben and Sammy down there, along with Stegosaurus, young velociraptor. Let's turn the instructions off. I'll give you something to look at while I take a break here. Let's go over what we just did first, though. So we have the big tree with a squirrel on it. We have nest terrain with an egg and a broken egg. We have the campfire terrain with a creature waiting inside the log. Of course, we have the big truck that we did. And the science cart, the science trailer for the back of the truck. And with that, we are done with the Stegosaurus set. So let's take a quick break, and then we will be back to bring in the Allosaurus. I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, I'm back. So let's. Yeah, that was a bit of a longer break, but like I said, I really needed to stretch there. I don't think I'm gonna do the big set today. I think we're just gonna call it after the Allosaurus, but that's okay. It means I got two more dinosaurs to look forward to tomorrow. It means I'm not cracking everything at once. And then after tomorrow, I'll have access to all the dinosaur figures in my Jurassic collection. I still have two Jurassic sets in the build queue after that one that don't have dinosaurs in them. Well, one of them does. One's a dinosaur skeleton, and one is a brick-built dinosaur, not a baby, but they're both Jurassic branded. But as for Big Fig Dino, they'll stay in the build queue for a while, I think, because I took out these three sets so that I could specifically get to my Big Fig dinosaurs. I need them for a project that I'm starting. So let's get ready to first let me check our audio real quick. Let's get ready to all right, so audio, were we working? All right, so audio, were we working? Yeah, I think we're good to go here. Yeah, I think we're. All right, so let's take this Stegosaurus stuff out. The characters and dinosaurs can stay. The squirrel's in the tree and will go away. The squirrel's not relevant tonight because he's not a dinosaur. But I'll let you have one last look at the squirrel. There's a close-up. But he's not relevant since he's not a dinosaur. Still cute though. I like all my Lego animal figures, but today is about the dinosaurs. And we'll take Stegosaurus off very briefly so I have room to show off the box here. So here is the Allosaurus front of the box. It looks like this one's going to have 4 people in it that I don't know. And just the Allosaurus, no bonus creatures. So there's the front of the box. And here's the back of the box. And this just shows you the Allosaurus transport cage, how it opens up, how you can store the other small craft inside, things like that. So one more close-up of the back of the box there. Now let's get this open. So it looks like we go up to bag 6 maybe? Well, 6 is the bag that's presenting on top of this pile here. Here are the paper packets. So these would be dinosaur parts. I'll set these aside. Big plate here. It's an 8x16, so that's a very big plate. I'll set that aside. 5, 6, 3. There's bag 1. Give me a moment to finish getting organized here. So there's 4. And then we have bag 3 and bag 2, and bag 1 can stay on the table. I do see a brick separator in bag 1, but we already have one out for the day. So now that we're organized, $15 stickers on the sticker sheet. We of course have 2 2 instruction books. Now let's pull up the instructions and get started here. Brick separator page. We're going to set this one aside because we already have one out for the day. So bag 1. Oh, almost forgot. I said that the animals can all watch, except the squirrel. And of course, the spare brick separator, we've already got one out, so this one I'll just put over there. And bag 1 says to pull out the dinosaur parts as well. We'll do that in a minute. We'll do the guy first. And his name is Darius. I don't know anything about him. Like I said, I don't know any of the Jurassic World characters. And he gets a tranquilizer gun. So here's Darius. And now it says that we need to also get out our dinosaur parts. The picture shows that there should be 7 parts in this bag, in these bags. So I have all my dinosaur parts in front of me, and it looks like the next thing we're going to put together is our second big dino of tonight, the Allosaurus. Posable head, I like. Lots of posability on this one. The Stegosaurus is only posable at the legs, but this Allosaurus has arm posability, leg posability. You can rotate the tail. Neck posability on 2 directions. And you can open the mouth. So lots of posability on this big guy. Wow. He's really big. I may not be ready for my custom project, seeing how big some of these guys are. I thought the Stegosaurus was big, and this guy's even bigger. Still not as big as the Brachiosaurus, though. That figure's... that's something else entirely. That's in a league of its own. I hope you can see me doing build stuff behind these dinosaurs, but they're too cool to not leave on the table, so... So yeah, I'm going to call it. We'll do the big set tomorrow. And we'll get 2 more dinosaurs. And then after that, I don't have any more dinosaur figures in the build queue for a while. I have a lot of Lego projects going on, so can't all be about dinosaurs. But I did do some preliminary collection research so I can get more Lego dinosaurs later. I just have to catch up on some other Lego projects first. I do have some really exciting, cool stuff coming on as far as Lego projects. Wheel time for this little maintenance cart here. That's what the wheel assembly looks like. I need to make 3 more of those and then I can attach them. Okay, we have a 4x build. Let me build the component section 4 times, and then we will attach it. Oh, it looks like we're building a quadcopter drone. That's cool. I don't think I have any Lego drone models. Oh, I do. I have the drone submarine from the Arctic Explorer research ship. But I don't think we have any of the classic quadcopter flying drones. There's one. I need 4 of these little propeller sections. Alright, there's 3 of those. I need 1 more of those, and then we can attach them and finish the drone. Alright, so then it's going to go into bag 2. So before I do that, let me just clear the spare bits. And then I'll show you bag 1. We got this little maintenance truck. It's more of a cart, a little maintenance cart here. And these small builds I'll just set to the side out of the way. And we have the quadcopter tranquilizer drone. Now let's get into bag 2. Bag 2 is going to give us our second of 4 people. I'll look up his name in a moment. Okay, this guy's name is Guard. He's just called Guard. Oh, and he's got a printed hearing aid on his head. just checking something real quick. Yeah. This guy I do have to show the back print, because the back print's a lot more interesting than the front print here. Here is guard. Actually, let me, let's do it this way. Here is guard. That's what he's called on the box, so he doesn't have a name. You can see on the side of his head there, he has a printed hearing aid. Lego City's been doing that a lot with disability awareness, where they'll make a subtle disability references on some of the minifigures in Lego City. So it's interesting to see this generic unnamed character in Jurassic have one too. And then he also has a back print. His guard uniform has the classic Jurassic T-Rex logo on it. Come on, if the camera can focus, please. Well, you get the idea. Camera's not focusing, but he's got a pretty cool guard uniform there. So the guard will come and sit with Darius over here. And we will, so it looks like this bag is going to start up the cab portion of the truck. So we're starting, of course, with the chassis frame for the truck. That's what this Technic platform we're doing is. A lot of vehicles start off this way. Or I should say a lot of bigger vehicles start off this way. Did I miss something? I did. Not a huge miss, though. Easy fix. Hey, we have our spammer of the day. And our daily spammer has been banned. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it after this set, and we'll do the other set, the big set tomorrow. And then we got two more dinosaurs, and then I won't have any dinosaur big figs in my build queue for a while, unfortunately. But I still got plenty of cool stuff in that build queue, so not unfortunately. There's a lot of fun Lego to do. I just don't think I have the focus to go through another big set after this one. I haven't been feeling well the past couple days. We still made a lot of good progress today. I mean, we have a little bit of scenery over there. We have that truck. We have this truck that we're building. So even in addition to the dinosaurs, we made some good progress on the collection today. And we're going to get our first sticker. I'm trying to line it up because it's a tiny one. I'm trying to make it look as good as possible. Not perfect, but it's good enough. So there's the console area. You can see my sticker's not entirely straight there. In fact, it can do a lot better. Let me attempt an adjustment here. Now that I see it on the truck, I know that's no good. It looked good enough as an isolated piece, but seeing it all together, it doesn't work at all that crooked. At least it's having us do the tiny one as the first sticker of the set. The others should be easier to line up. There. Still not perfect, but better than it was. There we go. I think we're good enough to move on now. But before we move on, I just want to look something up real quick because I see something on one of the stickers. I'm looking something up real quick because of the sticker sheet here. Interesting. That's definitely not a Jurassic reference. Let me go deeper a little bit. Interesting. But I don't think that's the answer I'm looking for. Maybe the O is a Q. It does have a mud stain on it. Alright, sorry, I'm looking up. Yeah. Maybe if I just type the word Jurassic in my search, that will narrow down. Okay. Okay. We're getting there. Now if I... Okay, that's a cool reference. When we get to the license plate sticker, I have to share this with you. Okay. And, okay, the license plate sticker on this set has a reference that relates it to the other set we did today. Okay, that's something exciting that I'll have to share with you when we get to the license plate. Totally worth interrupting the build to do that look up there once I saw the sticker sheet. Meanwhile, we have a truck that needs to be built. So it looks like we're building up a little engine inside the truck. That's cool. They don't always include engines in small Lego and play scale Lego vehicles. So it's cool to see a representation of the engine here. All right. Give me one moment. I got it. I got a little buzz I need to check real quick. All right, sorry about that. Let's keep going for real this time. All right. We just passed the 2-hour mark of stream, but if you count the break and talking time, we are making efficient build progress. It's hard to keep everything on camera with the big dinos in the way, but since they're the main interest for today, they need to stay up. It's sticker time, and it's time for the fun sticker. Okay. I want this one to be straight. There is some mud splatters, so the closer I can get it to the bottom of the brick, the tile, the better. Because mud splatters lose the effect if there's a white gap at the tile edge. I've learned that on other mud stickers. It's not a big deal though. I really do need to move on with the build. So let's settle in the sticker. Okay, that's pretty clean. Here is the sticker I was talking about, OCM 1877. This is not actually a Jurassic World reference. I googled it to see what it was. This is actually a real-world dinosaur science reference. OCM refers to a late 19th century paleontologist named Othniel Charles Marsh, and 1877 was the year he opened the Felch Quarry, in which the Allosaurus and the Stegosaurus and other important species of dinosaurs were first discovered. So this is a reference to the guy who discovered both the Allosaurus and the Stegosaurus. And the 1877 is the year that he opened his quarry. So this is a real-world dinosaur science reference that refers to the dinosaur in the set it came in, but also accidentally refers to the dinosaur in the other set we did just before it, the other one we did today. So that's a really cool sticker there. And this will just go on the back of the truck here. I need the other piece, of course, to make it work. And then this just goes down here. And there it is in its place on the back of the truck. Obviously, the trailer is going to go back there. So, with the trailer back there, that's actually going to be covered up. But the truck's not going to always be pulling the trailer. It's got the... And even if it is, well, that's a nice little hidden detail there. Lego sometimes likes to hide sticker details where nobody's going to see them. It's time for bag 3. So bag 3, I believe we'll be finishing the cab. And then the remaining bags are going to be for the trailer, the big cage at the back. Let me just see something real quick. That's 60. All right. So we're going to get a character here. This character is Yaz. Again, I don't know anything about any of these guys. Huh. It looks like her accessory is the drone remote. Let's set these big tire pieces aside because they're getting in the way. We're looking for a little tiny piece right now to finish the not it either. I didn't see anything go off the table when dumping parts. Let me check the bag. Nothing in the bags. Alright, where's my tile then? Nothing on the floor. I don't see anything on the floor. It's probably hiding under something. Did we scatter behind the dinosaurs? Well, there was a piece under that one, but not the piece I was looking for. There it is. It was under another piece. It always is. So this is Yaz. She's holding the remote there for the tranquilizer drone. And now we can proceed with continuing the build. And it looks like we're going to have our next sticker. And let me just make sure that there's not going to be other stickers going on. Yeah, I think I'm safe to apply this sticker. Yeah, it doesn't look like any other stickers are going to be aligned with this one, so I can safely do this one. can make that sticker a little straighter. Yeah, let's start it about there. So there's the mud splatter sticker. That's going to go on the side of the truck. And here's the matching mud splatter for the other side. All right, let's keep going. Hold on, I'm missing something here. Oh, that's what I was missing. Now the rest of it will work. There, now I've exposed a little more of the build area. Sticker time. So another note board, this time with a calendar and a map. Will you focus, please? But there's a calendar and a map there on that note board. These go here. Sorry I'm not talking much. When I stop talking, it allows me to focus on the build and build more efficiently. these will go in here on the sides of the cab like this. And now we have some more big stickers. We're doing the sides of the cab now. Okay, so there's prehistoric wildlife. That's what the sticker says. And that looks like a Brachiosaurus silhouette on it. And we have a matching sticker for the other side here. Alright, so there's the other sticker. This is the matching one for the other side. Oh, it looks like Brett is in the chat. Welcome to the dinosaur stream. I do have to tell you in the stream summary, it mentions that there was a chance of going into the big set. I'm actually going to call it quits after this one. I did the Stegosaurus set. I'm doing the Allosaurus set now. But I need to show you this plate on the back of the truck here. OCM 1877 is not actually a Jurassic World reference, but it's actually a real-life dinosaur science reference. OCM refers to a late 19th century paleontologist named Othaniel Charles Marsh. He opened the big quarry in 1877 in which the Stegosaurus and Allosaurus were discovered, amongst other species. So that's a pretty cool sticker reference on that sticker sheet. So yeah, I'm not going to get to the big set tonight. Once I finish the Allosaurus truck here. We still got a ways to go. There's 3 more numbered bags over there. There's a whole trailer in the back that I haven't started yet. But once I finish that, I'm going to call it quits for tonight. And I'm going to do the big set tomorrow. The big set has 2 more dinosaurs in it. And then I will have access to all my dinosaur figures. You can see just how huge the big fig dinosaur big species are compared to the regular figures. And Stegosaurus here came with a little baby velociraptor there. Here, let me see if I can get a close-up on this guy for you. I may not be able to get a close-up right now. Here, let's do it like that. There's the baby velociraptor. So yeah, once I do tomorrow's stream, I will have access to all my dinosaur figures. Technically, there will still be 2 more Jurassic World branded sets in my build queue, but we're not. They don't contain dinosaur figures, so they're not as big a priority to get out right now. So I'll get to them when I get to them, just like everything else in the build queue. Oh, that's how it goes. Yeah, that's definitely a misprint on the instructions. That back pin is already in there. It meant to say put in the pin in the hole on the other side, but here we go. Wheel time. There's the wheel assembly. I need to put together 6 of these real quick, and then I can get them onto the truck. And we can, I guess, move on to the trailer, if that's what bag 4 is. The Stegosaurus was a different set, and there were no license. That vehicle didn't come with a license plate. So it's just when I Googled, when I saw the plate on the sticker sheet, and I wanted to see what it referred to, I Googled it, and that's when I learned about Mr. Marsh and his quarry. And in the Google, it specifically mentions Stegosaurus and Allosaurus, so I think it's a fun coincidence that the other set we did today, the one without license plate reference, was the Stegosaurus, the one called out in Google when I was looking up the reference in the Allosaurus. Anyway, the truck needs to get its wheels now. Okay. And this shows you can remove the top to put a driver inside. And, of course, the piece inventory for the set that you see at the back of instruction books. And we're going to switch to the second part of the instruction book here. Bag 4, and it also says bag 4, we need this big plate we set aside from the beginning. Yeah, I'm not turning this into an all-day marathon stream. We do have a bit of build left, though. We still have a whole instruction book to get through before we call it here. We still have to do the whole back half of the truck. Alright, so here it looks like we're going to start building the cage assembly. So let's go ahead and... the top is meant to come off. It's so you can put people inside. So that was not a breakage. So here's the truck. Here's the cab of the truck, I mean. And I'm just going to set this aside until the instructions call for it again after we build this big cage here. And we're going to go right into it. This plate that the trailer is being built off of, it's an 8 by 16, which is pretty big as far as Lego plates go. But it is the cage does need to hold this really big dinosaur figure here, so it makes sense that the base plate for the assembly is going to be a really big one. I do have a couple things left in the Star Wars queue, but my Lego Star Wars queue is running out right now. I'll need to build that up again some more. I do have one really big ship that I'm saving for a special occasion. Yeah, Lego Star Wars is my main sub-collection right now, but Jurassic's going to move up. I've never actually seen any of the Jurassic World stuff, so I don't know who any of the people are or any of the stories. But I need the dinosaur figures for my my 2027 custom project that I just started concepting for. So I need as many dinosaur figures as I can get. So I will be stepping up the Lego Jurassic collection in the next couple months. But I have to get through some other priority projects first that are actually date sensitive. They're supposed to be, there they are. They were hiding behind my hand. Okay, so it shows these going in the middle like this. There should be, there it is. So the dinosaurs do get a little bit in the way of seeing my build area. However, I have a tradition of letting any characters stay out and watch the build, and the dinosaurs definitely count for that. So I'm doing the best I can to stay on camera as much as possible. big, long Technic pieces. Probably make the frame of this cage here, or part of the frame. Okay. Let me just see here. So there should be 3 studs sticking out the back of the big frame there. So this goes on and lines up like this. And then we just press the frame into the plate like that. And we're about to do the next sticker. Let's put that there. Almost. It was better the first time. I should not have gone back. And here's the mud splatter sticker showing the Jurassic logo and a vehicle identification number. This will go onto the cage. Oh, these go here. Okay, and the pins go pointing that way. And these will go onto this end of the assembly. Like this. All right. time for bag 5 and our final character of the day. And the box says this character's name is Kenji. Like I said before, every time we do one of these characters, I don't know who they are. I don't know what they do. I haven't seen any of the Jurassic World stuff. I'm here for the dinosaurs and the cool builds. Eventually I'm going to catch up and see all the Jurassic stuff. But right now I'm way behind. And he gets a big piece of meat. If this wasn't a dinosaur set, I'd say he's going to the Renfest and getting his big turkey leg, but we all know that the big piece of meat is for the dinosaur. So there's Kenji. Actually, let's do it the way I do it. There's Kenji. And he's holding a big piece of meat for the dinosaur. And he'll come down here and he'll join the other people. And we will proceed with... Okay, so we have another assembly that's going to be part of this big cage production here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, these go here. Okay. Oh, I forgot a piece. Quick fix. Easy fix. Let's get that onto there. Just checking something real quick. Ah. There's an interesting looking piece in this parts pile, but we're not there in the instructions yet. Okay. This goes in here. If I can get it to line up. Alright. That was premature. There it goes. It's lined up. Excuse me. Yeah, that piece is counted. Okay. that's on. Interesting. Okay, I'll have to do guesswork because I'm using blown up instructions on my second screen here, so I'll have to guesswork and adjust later, I guess. There should be a little gray pin. That might be the piece. Yeah, that's the piece that I felt hit my foot a little bit ago. And then there's this really interesting spring piece here. I've only ever used these a couple times. I think they were in like 2 or 3 other sets I have. I'll have to check, but they're pretty rare. Nobody important. They can wait till after stream. Okay, so how does this all go on the assembly? It shows the pin pointing out. Okay, and I'm supposed to line up the, alright, so I pushed the other pin in prematurely. Let's see if I can, poke it out a little bit so I can do this correctly. The instructions weren't clear. I thought it showed pushing the pin through all the way before, but apparently this section needs to connect to that, so if I can pull out, there we go. And then this bit needs to line up with that. So that needs to line up there, and then these bricks need to match up with the studs here. So that's connected. We're connected on that side. Push the axle through to make it a little more even. And then we line this up with the other hole, and yeah, then it'll be time to push the oh, we're still not showing pushing the pin through. Okay. Oh, the thing connects here. So actually we don't line up with the hole. I'm trying to figure this out. So this is down, and then this goes in front of the hole while this is in the down position. And then when it raises up, that goes on top of it. Okay, so that doesn't actually... So it is supposed to line up with the hole. Okay. This next picture makes it clear. But then where's this other piece go? Okay, hold on. I'm still trying to figure all this out. Okay, I see how the other piece goes. So the other piece connects these two these two attachments here. Okay, so it's a little, so it's on a spring. It does a thing, but I'm not sure what it does yet. What part of the cage this is meant to be. Let's finish building up the assembly and get it all secured, and then we can figure out what's going on here. And once again, I forgot pieces. Easy fix though. So let me go ahead and put in the two pieces I forgot, and then we will finish building this up. And then we add another piece. That goes in like that. And then this whole assembly attaches to the main section of the cage like this. Looks like we're going to put on a couple more stickers. Okay. Okay, the stickers are on. And now let's get these onto the model. All right. All right. So does bag 5. We're moving into bag 6, the final bag for tonight's stream. Things are trying to go off the table, and I think a few things actually did. A bunch of things actually did. Okay, I see 3 pieces that went to the floor. There could be more, but I know for sure at least 3. Alright, got the ones I saw. Hopefully that's all of them from the floor. Also, let's set aside these 4 big tires because they're getting in the way of the parts pile. Alright, so it looks like bag 6 is going to be a 2X build. So let's go ahead and take this half-built cage and actually set it aside for a few minutes. And we're going to do this 2X build the same way we always do 2X builds. And let me just see. The stickers should line up, so I'm going to hold off on doing the 2 stickers. So when I do 2X's, I do them a full page at a time. I do the whole build. Then I will put that piece down, and I will do that page again for the second copy. And then when I move on to the next page, I'll do everything on that page on both copies until the whole 2X portion is done. At which point it's time to attach it to attach them to the main model. That way, by doing both multipliers at the same time, it means I don't have to flip back in the instructions later and do it again. I can just do both at the same time. Sorry, I'm not talking much. When I do Technic, I really got to focus. Technic mistakes are hard to fix. All right. And now it's time for 4 stickers. So 2 on each side here. And these stickers are just the standard caution stripe stickers. Let me just go ahead and put them on the other section now, since this is a 2X. One more sticker. But there's still another sticker left on the sticker sheet, so we're not done with stickers for tonight yet. After this one, there's still one more. We will be using it this bag, though, because we are in the final bag now. So there's one more sticker on the sheet. There's the caution stripes on the other section. And now we can continue. Okay, so now we're doing a 2X build. But it's a 2X that's already on a 2X. So we're really doing a 4X build. Okay. But it looks like an easy one. So I just need to build 4 of these. So yeah, 2x on 2x means we're doing a 4x. One more, and then we can move on to the next page. All right, let's keep going. All right, let's get the other one on. And now it's time to attach the cage sections. How do they connect in? To these big pins down here. Okay. Or they're actually regular pins, but they're lined up and ready to receive the cage. We just got to make sure we're lining both up at the same time so that it actually goes in. And it looks like the cage just flops around a little bit right now. All the both cage halves are now pinned in. Let me, the cage itself is floppy and doesn't stay closed yet. But we're doing some more technique now. So maybe this is what's going to help it stay closed. Oh. That's how it goes. I've forgotten a piece again. So it shows this going onto this cage section like this. If I can line the pinholes up. I would assume we're doing a matching piece for the other side. Yep, here we are. Now this one will pin into this side of the cage here. And now they actually hold closed. Okay, I see how it is. So this little Technic bit in the back actually pops the cage open while allowing it to stay closed when you're not handling it too heavily. And it's time for the last sticker on the on this page. Let me just finish the pieces first. So there's that prehistoric wildlife logo again. This is our final sticker on the sheet. I put those other two pieces on incorrectly, but it's an easy fix. There we go. Alright, fixed it. And of course, our empty sticker sheet. We're done with stickers for tonight. Excuse me. And then this section plugs into the back of the cage like that. And then you can close this up to put the dinosaur inside. And now it wants us to go to the underside. Let's do this the safe way, actually. Let's go to the underside this way with the cage open. These go here. And then these sections to line up with the other ones. And then we put in these other two pins to secure those. And it's time for the wheel assemblies. Here's what the wheel assembly looks like. I have to prepare 3 more of these and then I'll attach them. We're at about, by the time I finish getting everything back on the table, we'll be at about 3 3/4 hours. I think that's a good place to call stream. That's a good average stream length for me. We'll do the other set tomorrow. Let's make sure I have the wheel facing the right way. Not that it matters, because he won't be able to see them underneath the cage. And this shows us that we've built everything. Here's the same ad page we saw on the Stegosaurus. And we'll turn the instructions off so we can reclaim the whole camera space and get everything put together for the exit scene here. Who do we have to raid? Oh, there's only 3 musicians on right now. 2 of them are shows that I'm not really familiar with, and the other one blocks raids. So we'll have to experiment with one of the new shows that I don't know, I guess. Let me just see. Oh, they got 200 viewers. They won't see the raid. But let me just see where they are in their streams and make sure they're not about to quit here. And then we'll get things put together here. Meanwhile, I will put up the cage top. Now, before we actually put everything together, we don't need the brick separator because we finished building, so I'll set that aside. Let me just see these 2 musicians. I'm just trying to see how, I want to make sure we're not going to raid into the end of a stream here. They've been going almost 3 hours. What about this one? This one quit already. Okay, so it looks like we have 1 raid option for today. But let's go ahead and finish. Let's see what the situation is like when we finish putting the trailer together. We're going to do 2 cage tests here. Obviously, we're going to try the Stegosaurus. The cage was, of course, designed for the Allosaurus. But if we move the Stegosaurus a bit back in the cage, we can't close the we can close the forward thing up to there, but the Stegosaurus is kind of trapped in there. So yeah, it's not a comfortable fit for the Stegosaurus, but it works. Because this is where we connect to the cab, so it definitely works. It's just, it wasn't designed for the Stegosaurus. Let's release the cage. And now let's try it with the Allosaurus. Yeah, I don't think... Would it work putting the Stegosaurus the other way instead, maybe? No, the tail does not fit into that gap. Okay. It was worth a look. Hi, Moonstone. We're actually wrapping up. I just finished today's builds, but I'll be back tomorrow with another dinosaur build. We still have a little bit of playing to do before I raid out here, but we are wrapping up. So now we're going to see if the Allosaurus actually fits. Yeah, it's meant to go in like that. And then we can put the cage up around it. And yeah, the Allosaurus fits. Even he's a tight squeeze though. So yeah, the cage works for Allosaurus too, but since I'm here for the dinosaur figures, we're not going to cage them up for the exit display. So we're just going to take them out there. We're going to bring up our truck. And we will attach the cage to the truck cab. Were you here when Moonstone, were you here when I showed the license plate on this truck? because it's a pretty cool one. It's a pretty cool reference on that sticker. Okay, so on the back of the truck cab here, there's the sticker which says OCM 1877. That's not actually a Jurassic World reference. That's a real world dinosaur science reference. OCM is Othaniel Charles Marsh. I googled this because I wasn't sure what the sticker meant when I saw it. And so OCM is Othaniel Charles Marsh. He was a late 19th century paleontologist. In 1877, he opened his quarry, and that's where he discovered the Allosaurus. And the Stegosaurus was also discovered at that quarry, and that set didn't have a license plate. So I just thought it was pretty cool that the two species that Google specifically mentioned are the two that I ended up with today. But specifically, he's famous for the Allosaurus and the Stegosaurus. And 1877 is when he started his quarry. So there's the truck. Let me see. And then we have this little maintenance cart that came with it. There's these people up front. I actually don't know the story significance of any of these people because I actually haven't seen any of the Jurassic World stuff. But I'm starting to collect it because I need the dinosaur figures for a custom project that I am planning for next year. We have a tranquilizer drone that also came with this truck, along with a maintenance cart. And then back in the Stegosaurus set, it comes with this little van. And then it also comes with a little science trailer for the back of the van. And Stegosaurus also came with this little tiny baby velociraptor. But this isn't the tiniest baby velociraptor. There's actually two sizes of baby velociraptor. This is the middle mold. And we got some scenery. The Stegosaurus set had this big tree with a squirrel on it. I'm just trying to see where I have space. There was this little bit of scenery with a campfire and a creature peeking out from the hollow log. And there was this little bit of scenery featuring a nest. There's an egg and then a broken egg. So that all came with the Stegosaurus. And then we have the big Allosaurus truck. And then, yeah, so lots of stuff we built here today for these two dinosaurs. And I'll be back tomorrow to do my last dinosaur set. It's not my last dinosaur set, but it's the last dinosaur set I have in hand right now. So it'll be my last dinosaur set for a while. So we'll be back tomorrow for two more of these big fig dinosaurs. There's some really cool ones. Tomorrow's stream is going to be fun. And I will... Alright, let's see what I can type here. Alright, let me see what I can type in terms of a raid here. I have to reach over my dinosaurs real quick to do this. Oh, new musician just started, so I know where we're going. We're going to a raid Fabi tonight. I'm not as familiar with her show as some of the others. She usually streams at times when I'm not doing Twitch, but I do know that it's a good show. I'm not going to hit enter till I'm done talking, though. I just need to type this out. It is so difficult to type blindly, reaching over my builds, but So yeah, I was originally thinking about doing my last set, the one with the two dinosaurs in it, depending on how long this stream went, the first two went. But I'm not feeling another build tonight. I have I've been having a health issues the past few weeks, so we're gonna call it here, and we'll do the other two dinosaurs tomorrow. That's one set, but it's a big one. And I guess that's all I have to say. So these dinosaurs after stream are gonna go into my big bag of Lego dinosaurs, and then I'll be back tomorrow to get the last two, and then I won't have any more new dinosaurs for a while. So have a good night, and I'll be back with more dinosaurs tomorrow. And even though I'll be done with dinosaurs, I am not done with Lego. I still have a lot of stuff in my build queue. Several big projects not related to dinosaurs. There's a big Star Wars project I'm working on. That's going to be there's going to be a stream for that. There's and my 4-part Dungeons and Dragons stream is coming up, so that's going to be fun. Lots of Lego content coming, even though I won't have any more dinosaur figures after tomorrow. For a while. I'll have some more soon. Have a good night. We're going to rate some music, and I will see you soon. Good night. Good night.